Welcome back to the Morristown Market Report. I'm Amy Schrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10.
And I'm Kim Swan with Union Home Mortgage.
Our special guest today is Haley Fugate. She is the Marketing and Events Manager for 1907 Brewery. So welcome, Haley.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm good. Glad to be here.
All right. Tell us a little bit about how 1907 got started, kind of where it got its name from.
Sure. So 1907, located in downtown Morristown. So we have been open almost 2 years, which is just crazy. We'll celebrate our second year anniversary in March.
Okay.
So it's been a great 2 years. So the namesake 1907. We've had this concept of wanting to bring a brewery tap room to the area. The owners, which are David, Chris, and Brandon, they had this concept, and then the building just happened to fall right where we wanted it to be. Great location downtown, and it was built in the year 1907.
Okay.
So that just solidified kind of the concept, and it was easy to name. I mean, why would you not, right? So that's how it all came to be.
All right.
2 years.
Good.
2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so you are located in downtown. Tell us a little bit about, like, what are your operating hours?
Sure. So we are open Wednesday through Sunday. Each week we're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. But each day, let's see, Wednesday through Friday we open at 3, and then on the weekends we open at noon. So we've got a little bit of everything.
Noon beer drinking.
Noon beer drinking. Day drinking is my favorite kind of drinking.
There you go.
But yeah, so just a little bit kind of what we offer. We have 24 beers on tap. We also are now serving wine, so that's been a huge upgrade. But we do have a ton of non-alcoholic selections, craft sodas. So we've got a little bit of everything for everyone. We like to really talk about how family friendly we are. We have a lot of young families that have moved to the area for the industry, so we like to cater to them and offer, just like I said, a little bit of everything to everyone.
All right, good deal. So is there, like, do you all do your own craft brew, or are you just buying from other people? I don't really know how all that works.
Yeah, so the 24 that's on tap, 5 of those are our brews that we brew in-house. So we have the 5 beers that are Gideon's Golden Ale. So that's our #1 selection. So that's named after Gideon Morris, who's the founder of Morristown. #2 is our Peavine IPA, Peavine Railroad. 3 is Motown Brown, which is a brown ale, obvious on that one. And then we have the other 2 selections are our newest. We released last year. We have a Main Street Wheat and a Main Street Orange Wheat. So it's super good. But those are all ours, and we finally get our own brewing location, hopefully here in town, which we might reach out to you guys for some real estate opportunities here.
All right.
And we'll be able to expand that into our 24 offerings.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good deal. So what do you think is the most unique feature about 1907 Brewery, other than the fact that it's probably the only brewery we have here in Morristown?
Yes. So that's
what separates you from some of the others?
For sure. So we are the only tap room within 30 miles. So the closest tap room is going to be in the Greenville area. So we like to really promote that we are the first and only in Morristown, which, you know, we would be happy to welcome in competition because it's healthy. It's good for the area. But right now we are the only one. But what makes us specifically unique is we really offer a segmented product that nobody else in town offers. Yeah, we still offer beer, other places offer beer, but we offer a premium selection. It's constantly rotating. We have the best staff. You know, you can go on Google and see all of our reviews. You know, we really pride ourselves in, you know, the family friendly. We have great staff, we have a great selection, and we always want to maintain that. On top of our awesome building, if you haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I don't get to come very often because I have a 3-year-old granddaughter. But
Yep.
There's many a time I've been like, you know, I'd like to stop in. So I know one thing that y'all do is you constantly have events, and I like the fact that you partner with the local food trucks to kind of like team up to get business. So what events do y'all have coming up here in the next 4 to 6 weeks?
4 to 6 weeks. So we have several, actually. So we really, like you said, pride ourselves in working with local community. We want to make sure that we have events that are inclusive to the area, offer a lot of diversity. So with that being said, we have we've got live music, of course, which is a great, addition to the area. So we've got multiple bands this weekend. We have live music on Friday, we have live music on Saturday. And then coming up in February, we've got a couple different Valentine's Day events. We have a cookie decorating class for couples. We have a painting class for couples. It's going to also offer live music. So all that information is on our website. And then our newest event that we actually released yesterday, we are going to be doing a Black History Month celebration. So on February 18th, we're going to have Black-owned businesses as vendors inside the tap room. We're going to have a painting class. We're going to have an R&B singer come in, Jessica Wilson. She's phenomenal. So we're going to tie all that in, and then we're also cross-promoting our downtown partner, Lily Pad on Main, for an event that they're hosting beginning at 8 p.m. So you can literally make it an event all day long, and they're going to have an R&B sing-along with Miss Keisha Monroe. So she's going to be hosting that across the street. So we're super excited about that.
Keisha has her hands in so many different things. It's
so
amazing.
much, yes.
I don't know how she does that, raises 2 boys. It's
And
incredible.
she's great at it.
She is.
Yes.
She really is. So, and you touched on something about, being inclusive and having diversity. And that's one thing that I have noticed just from watching your Facebook page is that, it'd be real easy to just cater to like the 20-something crowd or the 30-something crowd. But like, you do go out of your way to make events for the Black community, the LGBTQ. You are like the one business I know of that just incorporates everybody and says, hey, we love everybody. Come join us.
Because that's our identity. We do love everybody.
Right.
We love everyone. So thank you for that. That's a huge compliment.
You're very welcome. That's one thing I have noticed. And I always say kudos to Haley because I know you're the one that's kind of behind the scenes doing all that. So good for you. So what's one thing you've done at 1907 that you're probably the most proud of?
Man, we've had so many good events. So many good events. It's really hard to pick just one thing. I'd like to really hit on, we had an adult prom.
I saw that.
And we had a spin-off of it. It was the prom, we called it the prom of the decades. So you could dress in any decade of prom attire that you wanted, and people showed up and showed out. I had a group show up in a limo. Myself, I dressed in 50s attire. We had 80s hair all over the place.
Well, that was the best decade.
It was, and people just had a blast. It's just that's just, I guess, what I am most proud of is watching these events that I work so hard on, and then our staff coming through and really, really supporting everything that I throw at them. They showed up too. If they're working, they're going to be in costume. So the most proud, I guess, is seeing the community's reaction to these events that we're hosting. Adult prom, we've had great Halloween turnout, New Year's Eve, we had a drag show. There's a lot of things that I can't just pinpoint one, but watching the community react to all of them and love them, that's, I guess, what I'm most proud of.
Well, and you should be, because, anytime you're a risk taker,
we all know what we're talking about here.
then it's either going to be a great hit and it's going to be hugely successful, or it could be the biggest flop you've ever had.
Absolutely.
And you're like, is anybody going to show up? How is this going to look? So kudos to y'all for being able to pull that stuff together, because it could easily have swung the other way.
And it still may.
Being here in small town Morristown, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, turning a little bit away from the business aspect, if you could turn back time and offer your 20-year-old self a piece of advice, what would that be?
Oh, gosh. Probably so I went out of state for college. I didn't know a soul. I went to Western Carolina University, so it's about 2 hours from here. I didn't know a soul, started there freshman year. So my 20-year-old self was actually in my senior year. So I guess I would probably say be more involved. That was the one thing that you hear all these jobs that are offering, what are your experiences? I didn't have that many because I was so worried about making the grades and making sure that, all this out-of-state tuition wasn't going to waste kind of thing. I think I really would have sacrificed being on the books to go be involved. To have that on my resume, to see, oh wow, she's volunteered with the animal shelter, she's done this, she's done that, and helping myself be a more well-rounded person earlier in life than how I am now.
Yeah, and I mean, you're quite a bit younger than me. But like back when I was in college, like that was just the thing, is that, you know, you had to get good grades so that you could graduate. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that degree at that time was your stepping stone to help you get the better job. And it's funny when we look at it now how much that has shifted.
Yes.
So that, you know, nobody really knows that you graduated college with a 3.8 GPA. You know, they're looking at, okay, what was your major, and then what activities did you do? Where did you spend your time outside the classroom?
Exactly.
And it never used to be that way.
Right. I mean, that's what was drilled into my head. You know, get the good grades because you'll get the good job. And it just, I mean, and I'm so thankful for that. You know, it helped me with my work ethic. But yeah, I would tell myself, you know, do the study abroad program. Get out of your comfort zone. You know, don't sit there. Go to that party. The homework can wait. Have an experience.
But if you'd have studied abroad, that could change the whole trajectory of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I might not come back.
Yeah. That would be me. I don't know if I ever went away that I would come back.
Yeah.
So
Understand.
Anyway. All right. So Miss Kim, what can you tell us about mortgage rates right now?
About the same. We're in about the same, which is good that they're not going up. So I think actually I quoted a guy today like a 5.75 on a conventional. So I haven't seen that in a while. So it's good. So
that's awesome.
As we always say, a lot plays into those what we quote, but you know, but definitely they're still good. They're still very good.
So we've moved well below where they were at their peak.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I had pulled a lot of numbers for the January market, and I left them laid on my desk. But I do remember some of the numbers, so I can share those with you. Since the beginning of the year, we have had 42 new homes go on the market here in Hamlin County. Okay. We have had, I think it was close to 30 homes that have had a price reduction since the first of the year. And the average is 12% that those homes have dropped in price. So I think that's a combination of sellers still trying to reach and get that number from, you know, first part of 2022. And I think part of it is agents not doing a good job on their comp analysis when they go to list the property. Normally when we're doing a comp analysis, we look back, you know, to the 12-month history and say, okay, this is kind of what's going on. But if we go back 12 months right now, we're taking in the first part of 2022 when rates were at 3.5%. So you kind of got to look at like the most immediate numbers, like 30 to 90 to 60 days, 30 to 90 to 6 months, to get a better idea of, okay, with the changed rate environment, this is what homes are selling for. So, but right now we've had 12% price reductions coming in, but we've had, I think, over 40 homes that have already closed for the month of January with an average sales price of like $286. So homes are still selling here in Hamlin County. Don't let the media fool you into thinking that nothing is selling and that homes are just dragging out on the market. We have 132 homes for sale. That does include the D.R. Horton homes. But we've got like 71 homes under contract here in Hamlin County. So when you look at that, based on, you know, the number of pendings and the number of homes that have already sold, it's still a relatively good market here. We don't have 3, 5, 6 months of inventory. We're still a month to 2 months of inventory. So,
Amy, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How does all this new industry coming to town really play an effect of what your inventory shifts like? Like the Greenworks factory is about to open with 500 plus jobs. Do you see an influx of out-of-towners coming in, or are you seeing more of a...
Well, for here in Morristown, it's a good mix of, you have people that live in the outlying counties that work in Morristown, and because rents are going up and it's so hard to find a place to rent, that they're saying, okay, well, let's just buy in Morristown. I'm tired of driving.
Understood.
You know, especially when the gas prices were hitting, you know, $3 and something a gallon. But we do still have probably 30 to 40% of the people I deal with are moving here from out of state.
I see that in the brewery, is why I was asking. Lots and lots of lake property, I feel like. They come in, hey, we checked out a lake property. Hey, we're looking in Granger County. Hey, we're looking, you know, and I'm like, wow, where are you guys coming from? Get out of my town.
No, their money's as good as any.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people say that because of the politics, like from where they're moving from.
Mm-hmm.
If people are moving to East Tennessee, more than likely their politics are in line with ours. If they're not, they're moving to Knoxville, Chattanooga,
Right.
the bigger city areas that are more in line with that political nature. So, but yeah, I mean, retirees are moving here. We've got a low cost of living, low property taxes. Can't beat it.
Good to know, because I can share that with my clientele.
Yeah.
Easy referral.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and please join us again next week. If you would like to have your business highlighted, please send me a message or leave me a comment. Thanks so much.